For centuries, indigenous African tribes have told fascinating stories about creatures that, according to them, inhabit the dense jungles of the Congo. Legends of ancient giants rivaling elephants in size have been preserved in the culture of the local peoples to this very day. The mysterious tales, passed down from generation to generation, arouse particular curiosity among scientists. Could these legends actually have a real basis? Rumors about ancient creatures inhabiting the waters and forests of the Congo have taken on special significance in light of new reports coming from researchers and travelers. Some witnesses claim to have seen giant lizards or found tracks reminiscent of prehistoric times. Unusual discoveries and stories about creatures similar to dinosaurs make the scientific community ponder the possibility that prehistoric species might have survived. How do ancient myths and legends relate to reality? Could it be that somewhere deep within these jungles there are creatures hiding that have survived for millions of years and still amaze us with their existence even today? Soon we will learn more about how a modern expedition seeks to turn these legends into scientific facts. In the depths of university laboratories and at bustling scientific conferences, passionate discussions and the unraveling of the Congo's mysteries have become a daily reality. A team led by an experienced paleontologist has set itself the ambitious goal of finding evidence that will either confirm or refute the legends of living dinosaurs. Preparation for the expedition began with the painstaking collection of the necessary equipment and resources for research, from drones and satellite communication systems to food supplies and medical kits. After all, the journey ahead was not going to be easy. Every team member was carefully selected for their outstanding abilities and unique field experience. Constant checks and training hardened their bodies and minds in conditions similar to the African jungle. The brightest minds also decided to arm themselves with knowledge of local folklore, which could serve as a guide to the truth. When the plane, filled with determination and a touch of skepticism, arrived in the heart of Africa, the group of researchers set out to face the unknown. Everything they had so carefully prepared for now had to be put to the test. Fragmentary data, classified locations, and ambiguous maps, all of this was just the beginning of a journey where every step could lead to the discovery of the century. But what awaits the participants on their path in this extraordinary expedition? Delving ever deeper into the jungles of the Congo, our research team encounters local tribes whose knowledge and stories spark genuine curiosity. Around crackling campfires with smoke rising into the evening haze, tales are told of creatures that make the heart stop with both terror and awe. The tribal elders recall stories of unseen creatures whose shadows flickered along the riverbanks and in the impenetrable thickets. They describe enormous lizards, larger than a buffalo, with long tails and powerful bodies. Sometimes these stories are accompanied by testimonies from those who claim to have personally seen the tracks of these giants. The members of the expedition listen with interest and record every word, for these oral legends may hold the key to astonishing discoveries. Perhaps the tribes know a secret that could change everything we know about dinosaurs. Each story is guarded like a treasure and could become a link between myth and reality. In an atmosphere of complete trust and respect, the researchers feel that, step by step, they are getting closer to the answer. How do these ancient stories weave themselves into the fabric of modern science? Soon, they will find out how their discoveries could change our understanding of the world. Under the dense jungle canopy, letting through only rare flashes of sunlight, the team relentlessly pushes through the green sea when they suddenly stumble upon something that makes their hearts race. In the impenetrable thicket, they find the remains of a creature that strikingly resembles representatives of the Jurassic period. These are not just ancient bones, but a complex set of evidence that inspires confidence in the reality of the legends. The find includes part of a skeleton and huge footprints left in the damp soil. Every detail is carefully measured, all data is recorded, and the experts agree on one thing: the remains may belong to a dinosaur that survived to the present day. In this fascinating mosaic, whose pieces are coming together right here in the heart of the African jungle, something of global significance is beginning to take shape. As the team uncovers their findings, chills run down their spines at the realization that a distant theory could become a glimpse of a new scientific truth. But what lies behind the mystery of these ancient remains, and what other surprises await just around the corner? All that remains is to step into the future and uncover the secrets hidden within the treasures of the ancient past. The soldiers of time in the jungles of the Congo continue to guard their secrets, but with every step our team comes closer to solving the mystery. In the green labyrinth, filled with the buzzing of insects and the crackling of wild birds, the researchers discover fossils that tell one of the oldest stories. Washed clean by the rain and hidden from human eyes, these remains appear to belong to creatures that once ruled the prehistoric land. Equipped with cameras and detectors, the experts methodically collect each bone and study the imprints left in the mineral-rich soil. The resemblance to known dinosaurs is truly astonishing. It seems as if ancient times emerged from oblivion to remind us of their existence. These marvelous discoveries are not only magnificent in their size, but also inspire the study of a new layer of history that has been hidden from people for centuries. But these traces are not the only evidence. In a deeper layer of soil, astonishing fragments are concealed, promising to open new horizons in the study of the prehistoric world. The realization that these ancient inhabitants could have survived for millions of years excites the imagination, and soon even more clues will be found that will lead our heroes to even more astonishing discoveries. What other profound secret is truly hidden among the ancient ruins of the distant past, patiently waiting to be fully uncovered? The intense rivalry between enduring legends and rigorous science reaches its absolute peak, as dedicated researchers meticulously begin to carefully compare the various artifacts they have diligently collected with the compelling stories of the local inhabitants. Every tale of gigantic lizards was subjected to thorough scrutiny, and as it turned out, many of those mythical features that once inspired awe and caution found a kind of resonance in scientific data. Some of the vivid descriptions given by the locals astonishingly matched what modern methods of analyzing the discovered remains and traces were confirming. Paleontologists met with local elders to compare their stories about the creatures with the latest discoveries. It turned out that the perception of monsters through the lens of culture through dances and drawings is closely connected to what scientists have seen with their own eyes. Each myth that was compared reinforces the idea that legends may not have been merely the product of imagination. Instead, they may have represented the truth, hidden within the figurative fabric of history. This process of merging myths with facts helps reveal a vast gap in the scientific chronology. Thus, the fusion of ancient tales with modern scientific discoveries promises to change our understanding of what is possible in the world of science and exploration. What lies ahead when science and myths begin to speak of the same things? What other ancient secrets are ready to emerge from the shadows of the ages into the dazzling light of knowledge? Recovering from the astonishing discoveries and their scientific comparisons, our team will not rest until we have explored the most remote corners of the Congo wilderness. Navigating through the labyrinths of dense thickets, they stumble upon a phenomenon that shakes them to the core and resonates in their hearts like a hum of wonder. The leaves rustle and the air fills with an extraordinary aura as a silhouette appears before them, reminiscent of those very figures from ancient myths. This creature, whose slender silhouette emerges among the tropical vines, seems both ancient and incredibly alive at the same time. It moves with a grace and confidence that penetrates deep into the souls of the onlookers, enchanting and mesmerizing them. In its eyes, it is as if an entire era is concealed, veiled by the passage of time and holding secrets of the past that cannot be grasped all at once. The team comes to a halt, realizing the significance of the moment, which shines with new hope for incredible discoveries. The sounds of the jungle fade away and time seems to slow down as they make visual contact with this phenomenon. What does this encounter mean for their expedition? What significance does every step taken in this moment hold, a moment that could forever change their understanding of surviving dinosaurs? This incredible discovery may become the most important piece of the puzzle, providing the key to unraveling an indescribable history. But what else is hidden in the depths of the jungle? What doors will open before them now that the veil of mystery has been slightly lifted? The mystery is only beginning to unfold before our heroes. A troubling yet inevitable realization quickly seeps into the minds of the explorers. The Congo jungle, which hides countless mysteries, holds many dangers. The bustle of everyday life is forgotten when every step through the dense vegetation could prove fatal. The tangled webs of vines and the menacing cries of unseen creatures serve as a reminder that these vast forests live by their own harsh laws. Treacherous swamps and hidden pits lurk beneath the feet of every team member, ready to ensnare them and distract from their ultimate goal. And that's not to mention the wild animals, whose touch is anything but friendly, and the swarming clouds of insects that can drive a person to the brink of sanity. Without GPS and with even the slightest navigational error, it's easy to get lost in this endless labyrinth of greenery. The brave explorers know they are risking a lot, but they are certain that it is precisely in overcoming these challenges, in living on the edge, that lies the very reason they came here. Pushing through dangers, they never lose sight of their goal. New discoveries await ahead. What untamed frontier will they cross next? How will they choose to fulfill their mission when every threat becomes real? Looking ahead, they move toward their next great discovery. Filled with determination, the explorers gather their latest findings. Their work is bearing fruit, bringing an incredible scientific breakthrough closer. The analysis of the remains and traces leave no room for doubt. The evidence they have found irrefutably confirms the existence of a creature whose DNA matches that of known dinosaurs from the Mesozoic era. The excitement that has gripped the team is comparable to the thrill felt by explorers discovering a new continent. What if these ancient giants have been hiding in the shadows of the jungle all this time? The scientists carefully study the biological data and compare it with modern species. Analysis of the samples confirms that these species survived, adapting and changing over millions of years. Mysterious creatures that had remained out of science's sight have now come to light, once again becoming part of our planet. This discovery could revolutionize our understanding of species survival and evolution. But all of this is just the beginning. How will the existence of these creatures change our views on the history of Earth and our relationship with it? What consequences will there be for science and our understanding of species evolution? Answers are beginning to emerge, once again lifting the veil of ancient history in our present. And what awaits the team next on their journey filled with discoveries and unpredictable outcomes? The story continues, and ahead lie new doors to an unexplored and alluring world. Upon returning from the depths of the impenetrable Congo jungles, the team of weary but inspired researchers sets foot on home soil with a sense of incredible fulfillment. Every step on the way home is a step toward the stories they are ready to share with the world. They have brought back not just discoveries, but evidence capable of overturning scientific perspectives and providing new knowledge about our planet. Documents, artifacts, and samples, carefully packed and catalogued, will now take their place in laboratories to ultimately confirm the revolutionary discoveries. But the most important achievement is the impressions and experience that cannot be measured by weight or size. The team, brushing dust off their bodies, returns with a spirit of triumph and breakthrough that, after many months of hard work, has finally become a reality. A meeting with the press and the scientific community lies ahead, but their hearts beat faster at the thought of the contribution they have made to the understanding of evolutionary processes. Expanded horizons and new intellectual frontiers become the reward for the risk they have taken. How will this sudden new information affect scientific research and the perception of Earth's ancient mosaic? This is the big question they will have to address when the world is ready to hear about their discovery. For now, they savor the moments of triumph, preparing to share the knowledge that lives within them, and dreaming of the doors that will open thanks to this incredible journey. Great discoveries are often said to change the course of history, and the expedition into the heart of the Congo is undoubtedly among them. Not so long ago, the existence of dinosaurs in our time was nothing more than a fantasy, a realm of myths and ancient legends. However now, thanks to these discoveries, our understanding of the prehistoric world is changing before the eyes of an entire generation of scientists and history enthusiasts. The scientific community is abuzz with opinions. How will this discovery affect our understanding of evolution, ecology, and the process of species survival? The confirmation of the existence of ancient ancestors in our time leads to the revision of educational curricula and calls into question previous theories about the extinction of dinosaurs. Moreover, it once again proves that nature holds secrets that we may only just be beginning to unravel. Experts in various fields from paleontology to genetics are beginning further research on the discovered specimens, striving to delve deeper into history. On the horizon is a new generation of research that will transform our connection with the past. The world holds its breath in anticipation of how these discoveries will impact our collective understanding of Earth's history. And who knows, perhaps this expedition will open the door to a new era of research opportunities, where the wonders of the living world will never cease to amaze. Step by step, we continue our journey, paving the way to understanding the magnificent era from which these creatures came.